Fox News just caught Donald Trump off guard, asking him about abortion right before he took the stage in Pennsylvania, and his answer was pathetic. Let me know in the comments, how long will it take for him to flip-flop on this position?
You voting yes or no on Amendment 4 in Florida?
So I think 6 weeks, you need more time than 6 weeks. I've disagreed with that right from the early primaries. When I heard about it, I disagreed with it. At the same time, the Democrats are radical because the 9 months is just a ridiculous situation where you can do an abortion in the 9th month. And, you know, some of the states like Minnesota and other states have it where you could actually execute the baby after birth. And all of that stuff is unacceptable. So I'll be voting no for that reason.
A few things. Number one, this is the man who bragged about overturning Roe v. Wade and leaving it up to the states, and now that it's left up to the states, he's like, wait a minute, not like that. Also, the difference between these two scenarios is that the 6-week abortion ban may actually become a reality in Florida, but the idea that states let Democrats or whatever execute babies after birth or even do a 9-month abortion for no reason, that doesn't happen. So the 6-week abortion ban, that's reality. Donald Trump is lying about babies being executed. If a woman's life is in danger, maybe they'll do a later abortion, but that is understandable. Also, you might as well call it forced pregnancy, since most women don't even know they're pregnant till 4, maybe 5 weeks. So if you can't get an abortion after 6 weeks, then you're just forcing the pregnancy. Donald Trump just had a rally in the swing state of Pennsylvania, and I'm going to send some of the craziest clips to my Trump supporter friends from high school back in Indiana so I can prove that Donald Trump is slowly losing his mind and that he is a threat to democracy. Let's jump right into it. Make sure you leave a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Some people think they are, but they actually aren't. So in this first clip, I absolutely hate when Donald Trump says it. It's actually offensive. He says that we should give a 1-year sentence to anybody who burns the American flag.
We got some of the greatest congressmen warriors here that you have anywhere. And congressmen, go to Congress soon, like immediately, but soon. We should give a 1-year sentence in jail to anybody that burns the American flag.
Republicans complain about the First Amendment, about Democrats apparently stripping their speech away, their freedom of speech, but burning the American flag is a fundamental part of the First Amendment. The Supreme Court decided that Americans could do that, and I just want to say, I would never personally burn an American flag. I think it's corny to do that, and I actually respect the flag, but if somebody wants to, they completely have the right to. They have the right to assemble, to protest, and it is a slippery slope when Donald Trump says stuff like this. That's why I send it to my Trump-supporting friends who claim to love America, claim to love the Constitution, yet support somebody who wanted to subvert the will of the American people by pressuring his vice president into choosing fake slates of electors. Here's another clip of Donald Trump basically assaulting the audience, saying, I could have a great life, I could be looking at the most beautiful oceans in the world, instead I'm here with you.
But they think if they keep saying it over and over, you know, most people aren't like us. They're not that, you know, they drive a cab, they're carpenters, they're electricians, they're accountants, they're lawyers, they're not like into it other than they like Trump. They like, meaning they like our policies, because it's not about me. This is not about me. I had a nice life. You can ask my friend. I had the greatest life. I could go to the most beautiful places, look at the most beautiful oceans in the world. Instead, here we are, and I'm happy as hell to be with you.
It's funny because Donald Trump said this line during the primaries, and he said, I could be looking at the most beautiful oceans, instead I'm here with you. And the people in the crowd took offense because he was essentially saying that Iowa was not a beautiful place. Why does he talk like this, though? The way that he talks really pisses me off, how he slurs his way through, I could be anywhere with you. It's just so annoying. Here's him again, worrying about crowd sizes, and look at, he's doing the Barack Obama hand gestures when Barack Obama poked fun at him. I don't understand why Donald Trump cares so much. Actually, I do understand why he cares so much about crowd sizes, because he has an egomaniacal streak in him, and he just wants to prove that he's better than other people.
And they say he had 100,000 people. You know, in New Jersey, we had 107,000 people. They never like to report it, so I say it. But in Wildwood, New Jersey, they announced 107,000 people.
As VP Harris said when she was asked about Donald Trump in her CNN interview, it's all the same hits.
And the only thing they go after is guys like Trump because he protests an election.
Remember when he said a few seconds ago, it's not about himself, it's not about Trump, and now he's already rambling about how they go after Trump?
The only thing they go after is guys like Trump because he protests an election. That's the only thing they're good at going after. They don't go after criminals. They don't go after people that kill people.
We're not going after him because he protested an election. That is a gross mischaracterization. He didn't just protest. He had the right to take those cases to court. He did not have the right to call election officials around the country and extort them by leveraging his position as the president in an illegal way. Again, the president of the United States calling election officials around the country and trying to extort them like that is grossly inappropriate.
But the fake news is doing everything possible, everything they can to help Kamala Harris. Do you ever notice nobody knows what her last name is? I go, okay, I'm going to give you the first name. Tell me the last name. I say Kamala.
These are just the unhinged ramblings of an old man. I could pause this video at any time and he'd be making an absolutely insane face like that. And the idea that the news media, whatever, is helping VP Harris when CNN actually gave her a rather combative interview yesterday is totally bogus. Here's Donald Trump getting really, really pissed off that women across America don't like him.
Somebody said women don't like Donald Trump. I said, I think that's wrong. I think they love me. I love them.
We know Melania Trump doesn't love you. She doesn't sleep in the same bed as you.
I love them. And it was so beautiful, and we left, and everything was nice. And then later on that day, I heard that we were using the graves of those soldiers for public relations purposes, you know?
You were, in the same way that you held the Bible upside down and kicked off protesters for public relations purposes. And J.D. Vance confirmed that there was an altercation. J.D. Vance said that the altercation took place, but they were justified in doing it. That was his defense.
And that was all put out by the White House. Joe Biden killed those young people because he was incompetent. And then they tell me that I use their graves for public relations services.
Remember, Donald Trump set up the timeline with the Doha Accords when it came to Afghanistan. And also, it's funny that J.D. Vance got booed by firefighters, so now Donald Trump is conveniently placing firefighters in the background at his Johnstown, PA rally. Here's Donald Trump talking about Jimmy Carter.
Mail-in voting. Jimmy Carter headed up a commission. By the way, the happiest man in the United States today is Jimmy Carter, president.
I don't even know what this man is talking about. Watch this one.
It was a story in the New York Times, which is losing reader after reader. I'm happy about that. I have to be happy because they truly are the enemy of the people. They are the enemy of the people. They tell false stories about me. That's all they do is they write false stories.
Classic authoritarian tactic, undermining every institution around you, undermining the media sources that criticize you, undermine any check that you have in a democracy. And Donald Trump is also such a whiny, annoying little POS. Look at his accordion hands. I don't even have to play the clip for you to see that he's moving his hands rapidly. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and peace out.